yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Ajnanatirmirandasya jnana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Savaranjangamam Vyatam Yaktin Sisa Characharam Tatspadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Bhavaji Vyaktyat Sarva Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sarvashuddhi Shiroragha Virajita Padam Bhujaha Vidandam Bhuja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tejana Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnana Shakti Samaruddha Tattvamala Vibhushitaha Bhukti Mukti Pradata Cha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Anekajama Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidayine Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shoshanam Bhavasi Dosha Vyapanam Sarasambadaha Guru Padolakam Samya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Na Guru Radhikam Tattvam Na Guru Radhikam Tapaha Tattva Jnana Paranasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Bharata Shri Jagannatha Ma Guru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Radhiranadisha Guru Paramadevata Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravina Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Guru Govinda Dokade Kagila Gopai. 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 If Guru and God come in front of me, said Saint Kabir, whom should I bow down first? I should bow first to my Guru. because He has shown the God to me. Guru Govinda Dokha De Kakila Gopai. 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 बलिहारी गुरु अपने गोविंद जी ओ बताए श्री विश्वानंद बलिहारी गुरु अपने गोविंद जी ओ बताए श्री विश्वानंद गोविंद जी ओ बताए गोविंद दियो बताए गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु देव महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Govinda Dokha De Kakila Gopai. 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 बलिहारी गुरु अपने गोविंद जी ओ बताए श्री विश्वानंद बलिहारी गुरु अपने गोविंद जी ओ बताए श्री विश्वानंद गोविंद जी ओ बताए गोविंद दियो बताए गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु देव महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु देव महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु
Om Artaye Namaha, Om Siddhi Pradaya Sakaya Namaha, Om Siddhi Sadanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Omkara Pasakaya Namaha, Om Sukshmaya Namaha, Om Vishwakaya Namaha, Om Satvikaya Namaha, Om Samadarshine Namaha, Om Dakshaya Namaha, Om Ashityaya Namaha, Om Nirankaraya Namaha, Om Nimohaya Namaha, Om Avyakaya Namaha, Om Chitakrudaya Namaha, Om Vinayashilaya Namaha, Om Savashaya Namaha, Om Kushalaya Namaha, Om Shamaya Namaha, Om Satyadharmaya Namaha, Om Nivikapaya Namaha, Om Viraktaya Namaha, Om Atindraya Namaha, Om Satyasandaya Namaha, Om Pavitraya Namaha, Om Madhura Swabhavaya Namaha, Om Suranandaya Namaha, Om Nandanaya Namaha, Om Prasanatmane Namaha, Om Bhaktanidaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Sadayogine Namaha, Om Araye Namaha, Om Sutapaya Namaha, Om Saumyaya Namaha, Om Guyaya Namaha, Om Vimuktatmaya Namaha, Om Gabiraya Namaha, Om Guptaya Namaha, Om Atmaramaya Namaha, Om Srinivasaya Namaha, Om Devaya Namaha, Om Yatidaraya Namaha, Om Danyaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Duratikramaya Namaha, Om Gahanaya Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Harishana Margadashakaya Namaha, Om Kutasvajakartakaya Namaha, Om Abhiprayaya Namaha, Om Sarvamanta Samadhyaya Namaha, Om Shamaikata Bhavavartakaya Namaha, Om Premavatara Sri Vishwananda Swami Namaha. Vartano yato Vishnu vichakrame Yatirya saptadhamabhi Idam Vishnu vichakrame Tretani nade padam Samudamasya bhagum sure Preni pata vichakrame Vishnu gopadabhyaha Atro dharmani dharene Vishnu karmani prashitayato Vidani pashpase Indrasya yujasaga Vishnu paramam padagum sada pashanti suryaha Tire vachakshuratatam Tadvipraso vipanyavo jarubagum sasamindate Vishnuryat paramam padam. Premavataraya vidmahe Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda prachodayate. Om Premavataraya vidmahe Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda prachodayate. Premavataya vidmahe Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda prachodayate.
Govinda,
Govinda.
Om Vakratunda
Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvighna Kurume Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada Sarvakayeshu Sarvada. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayate. तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्।
Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketavare Narayana Chutati Vikrama Chakrapane Dejani Sajadana Shri Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Hare Tava Suprabhata Shri Rukmini Shabhavanasha Hare Murare Ganesha Gopasha Shurupa Brahmadi Vanda Shivaya Kashala Vaikuntha Pate Mohaneka Murte Gopala Deva Hare Tava Suprabhata Meenati Deva Matarupa Varaha Murte Devi Ramaya Kuhane Guru Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kaki Rupa Gopala Krishna Hare Tava Suprabhata Govinda Madhava Mukunda Paraparesha Damodara Rajadara Nanda Kadara Shori Gopa Gopi Jana Samrita Dina Mando Gopi Jana Priyaraye Tava Suprabhata Shri Radhi Shai Mujagari Patapa Shai Sarvatari Sadana Shai Ramana Shai Shri Gopa Bama Vinutapa Sundari Shai Gopa Vallabhaye Tava Suprabhata Shri Kashapati Suganara Gautamadi Ramashi Sangamani Sangama Bharatesho Krishtanti Deva Tava Darshana Bhagayedo Gopala Seka Haraye Tava Suprabhata Mandara Chari Tulasira Ramaya Gajaye Mayani Anchali Pute Samudaranti Tishanti Dvapavakadara Kale Munindra Radha Manoharaye Tava Suprabhata Vedatrayam Patati Gautama Gana Guya Gayanti Sakura Gano Varada Samarga Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Kada Vishesha Shri Narada Devshaya Tava Suprabhata Gopardhano Dharana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Sudesha Bhavati Poda Trilokya Mohana Sumangala Diva Deha Shri Rukmini Shabarada Tava Suprabhata Shri Vatsa Chita Sharanagata Parijata Bhaktati Vanchana Vipakara Dina Bando Diyanta Gayati Janapriya Diya Rupa Shri Randa Gopatanaya Tava Suprabhata Padmaksha Padma Mukha Padma Dhara Prameya Padmalaya Sarira Padma Nivasa Shori Padmo Bhavati Sura Sevita Pada Padma Padmalinata Haraye Tava Suprabhata Vidata Levi Haranaya Mahendra Vandya Kandarpa Darpa Haratina Sudesha Rupa Chandrananaya Siva Chandana Diva Deha Govinda Yadava Hare Tava Suprabhata Shri Nanda Nandana Yashoda Kumara Dina Mayanga Dina Davishoda Supushpahara Nilambudara Susharira Ramavihara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhata Shri Bhashi Jambavati Satya Sugandhi Padra Shri Vinda Vinda Vivasha Prabhu Purna Karyahe Tishtanti Divya Bhavane Tava Sivanandra Gopi
Kishori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapane Namami Divya Gunayurma Nishambhadanti Nami Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhata Shri Krishna Suprabhata Nipatanti Aisha Muri Kritama Papa Shri Krishna Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anatiratir Govinda Savakarana Virana Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Chintamani Prakara Sarma Sutta Pariksha Vaksha Surabhira Vipavayanta Lakshmi Sahasra Shaka Sambhava Selamana Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Venu Padanta Aravinda Dalaya Taksha Bhagavatam Samasitam Pura Sundaranga Kamlarpakotika Mania Vishesha Shobha Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Agola Chandra Kala Savana Maya Vanshi Ratnagadam Pranaya Keri Kavavilasa Shamantri Banga Lalitangi Yata Prakasha Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Rangani Yasha Sakalendriya Vrinti Manti Vashanti Panti Kalayanti Chiranjagati Ananda Chimaya Savujvala Vigrahasya Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Advaita Achyuta Anadi Ananta Rupa Adyam Purana Purusham Nadayo Banacha Vedeshu Durlabha Durlabha Mahatma Bhakto Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Nandasta Koti Shatravatsara Samprakamyo Vayoratapi Manaso Muripungavana Sopyasya Prakara Sanya Vichinjatame Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Eko Pesora Chayatum Jagaranda Koti Yachakshirasti Jagaranda Chayayananda Andantarasta Paramanu Chayantarasta Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mati Purusham Tamam Bhajami Shabhutam Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Maya Yasya Jagadanda Shatani Sute Vegunatati Shayaveda Vitayamana Satavalampi Parasatva Vishuddha Sattva Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmakaya Manashu Yapradinam Pratipalam Svagatanu Petya Vilayatena Bhuvanami Jayati Jasra Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Golokanamini Jadami Taleja Tasya Devi Mahesha Haridama Shuteshu Teshu Tete Prabhavani Jayari Hikashayena Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Shristi Shristi Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Jayeva Yasha Bhuvanani Devati Durga Ichana Rupa Abhyasya Chatesa Tesa Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Shiranyadana Divikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjaya Prema Nikatama Devasti Endo Yasamudana Pitata Samupati Karya Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Nirvachireva Isha Shantarahanu Pedya Nirvaya Devi Vikaretu Samana Dharma Yasareva Isha Vishnudaya Vibhati Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Yakaranamanda Jaleva Yatisva Yoga Nidramananda Jagananda Saropa Kupaha Adara Shakti Ravananya Parasva Murti Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Yasheka Nisha Sukakama Vatavaramya Jivanti Loma Vilajata Kananda Nanda Vishnu Mahasaya Yasha Kavavishesho Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Vashvaya Tashma Shakareshu Vijeshu Tesha Sriyam Vidaprakataya Sapitano Hata Brahmaya Esha Jagananda Vidana Karka Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Yapada Palava Yugami Gayaya Kumbha Rade Pranama Samaye Saganagi Raja Dikam Vilantu Malayasha Jagatayasya Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Ragi Mahika Kalanamba Maruti Shashta Kalashta Karma Manasiti Jagatayani Yasma Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Yancha Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Yashakshuresha Shavitasa Kamaranana Raja Samasta Shulamurti Rashesha Tejaha Yashasamanti Samasanta Lakshata Chakro Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Dharmota Papa Nishayashu Jayasta Pamsi Brahmani Gita Patakaya Jayasta Jina Yadata Mantra Vibhava Prakata Prabhava Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purushantamam Bhajami Yasinga Gopa Mahavendra Mahasvakarma Bandana Rupa Palabhaja Mahatanoti Karmani Nidra Satchitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakaranam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Ajnana-timirandasya jnananjana-shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Gurudev. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10, Verse 16. This is from Rama and the Vanara army conquering the kingdom of Ravana, what is today known as Sri Lanka. Pado vadadau ragopatir vividari kute situm kapindra karakampita buru hangay sugriva nila hanumat pramukher anikair lankam vibhishana drishavishat agradadam. Sukadev Goswami said, after constructing a bridge over the ocean by throwing it into the water, the peaks of mountains whose trees and other vegetations had been shaken by the hands of great monkeys, Lord Rama went to Lanka to release Sita from the clutches of Ravana. With the direction and help of Vibhishana, Ravana's brother, the Lord, along with the monkey soldiers headed by Sugriva, Nila, and Hanuman, entered Ravana's kingdom, Lanka, which had previously been burned by Hanuman. So, this is, let's say, an excerpt from the story of Ram, the Ramayana. And this is exactly where they set over the ocean, which at that time it was really like a sea straits. That means there's no way to go. And what I find really nice about this verse is what's actually happening in the mind. It is comparable to other stories or the theme of the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, where you have to conquer. So the kingdom of Ravana is, let's say, when the mind is in a not so friendly state, it is in a very dangerous state. And Rama and the monkey army, they are now conquering that kingdom. And this is similar to the Pandavas with Lord Krishna conquering the Kauravas. Because looking at the army of Lord Rama, also from the point of arrogance, we could easily laugh and say it's just monkeys and bears and squirrels. How would they ever be powerful enough to conquer the evil qualities? Similar, we look at ourselves and say, okay, I might have a few good qualities, but I might have so many bad qualities also. How would I ever on earth, maybe with the guidance of Guruji, conquer that? And similar, looking at the Pandava-Kaurava situation, Pandavas were much more, let's say, outward-looking, weaker in the number of soldiers, elephants, tanks, what have you. And like this, the situation is always about courage. And Guruji often, not so often, but he sometimes told this sweet story, which I like, which is about a little bird trying to fix a forest fire. And the fire is breaking out in the forest, we don't know where it's coming from, and all the animals of the forest, they just run away cowardly and say to the little bird, come with us. The little bird says, no, the forest has given me my life. I have to stay here. I have to at least try to save him. So the little bird with his little beak, every day he tries to, the best of his efforts, save the forest from the forest fire by putting a little bit of drops close to the fire. Same situation, maybe even more extreme. How would he ever be successful? So, as the story goes on, Lord Garuda, the Vahan, the vehicle bird of the Supreme Lord, he saw his little brother, the bird, doing that. And so with his power, then he came to support and the fire was stopped. So this is a theme every day. Doesn't matter if you're in the ashram, out of the ashram. I think in Guruji's commentary of the Bhagavad Gita, he also says, to the one who is surrendered and fixed on Lord Krishna, the whole world, whole life becomes an ashram. So maybe we can remove the dialogue of, are you living inside the walls of an ashram or are you living outside the walls of an ashram? Because for sure we're all living in that daily scenario of maybe thinking of us not too positively and then having to go through something which seems to be enormously negative. I don't like the point of view that we're all beating ourselves up and say, oh, I'm not good enough, etc. It might be a self-worth issue. But much more to say, maybe it is possible. And then we can ask ourselves, okay, but how is it possible? How maybe would I attain that supreme love inside of me? Every day I'm doing all kinds of things to be happy. And so what can I do? Practically speaking, I find it very rewarding just to do seva. That is the bitter pill. Many people in Bhakti Marga don't see that. Maybe we don't want to do seva for various reasons. But seva is the ultimate. So seva, as Guruji said, is the quality of the soul. So it could be the direct way. And if you would have told me maybe 15 years ago, when I was in another spiritual organization, and they were also very much engaged in seva, and if you told me at that time, I said, no, it's sadhana. So I didn't want to do seva. I wanted to do my own things. But to do your own things is not the quality of the soul. But to do seva is the quality of the soul. And it's even higher and more, let's say, granting freedom than aiming for self-realization or God-realization. It's all selfish. So the simple bliss of being useful and gaining confidence through your daily contributions in your environment, it cannot be there. But it is there through seva. And the beauty of it is, when we look at the story of the little bird, or here the monkey army facing the battle against the Ravana army, or the Pandavas against the Kauravas, or maybe our one good quality against 100 other bad qualities that we have, still there is the Lord in the formula. And that's what I found very rewarding, is that often people, we back off from seva. And it takes different forms of, I can't do this now, or another person should do it, or whatever. But in the end, it's in your day, it's on your plate, and it is there for a reason. and we might get discouraged, we might get confused, and we might get challenged to a point where we say to Guruji, why are you letting me handle this now? Because clearly maybe it is not in my capacity. And I think that is exactly the sweet spot where we kind of have to have faith and just do it. Just like the little bird in the story, he will receive help by Lord Garuda, but first, maybe the heavens they want to see, or your own soul you want to see, are you even trying it? Guruji, he said it in the Guru Gita commentary, you're not even trying. What comes to me as a nice aid, and let's say sometimes emotional support, is that what in the Gita it says is, as long as you die in your own dharma, that's okay. But if you die outside your dharma, that's not good. So it will not lead you to God. It will not lead you to respect towards yourself from others. It will not lead you to confidence. It will not lead you to the Lord. It will not even lead you to a higher realm. So it will lead you downwards. So this running away from what we have to do is quite a disease. And really what helps is to face it with courage and have the kind of security that at least we die in our dharma. Because this is what we fear, that an old personality, the coward or the pretender or the incompetent, whatever stands in the way of becoming a saint, that person has to go. And of course, since it's also very much Bhagavad Gita related, we love our inferior Kaurava parts inside. We love them. We hold very dear to them and we don't want to kill them, just like Arjuna didn't want to kill the people on the other side. So do we know God? When I came to Bhakti Marga, I had the impression I know God. I also had the impression that I know what is love. And I also thought that when I think that I know God and everything is cool between me and God, that God thinks the same way. Here also the Bhagavad Gita helps because it's not only what we think, but would it be substantial in front of the Lord? Is it substantial from the Lord's perspective? Simple example, you think you have done enough and you tell Guruji about it and maybe he does not think we have done enough. Or we think that our relationship with the Lord is already good on our terms, but he thinks, no, it's not good. Not yet. We think that Guruji likes to spend time with us, but you complete the sentence on your own. So we have to ask God what he thinks. And a big part of this is, do we actually know God? There's many philosophies in the world. They speculate about God. God is in some way a superstar. I think there's a movie called Jesus Christ Superstar, right? So maybe Krishna is also a superstar, and he has superstar qualities. He's for sure an idol. He's very beautiful, and he's very controversial. So if you take any Hollywood star or any great figure what we have in the world today, for sure, I don't know if they're good or bad people or if they are where they go after death, I don't know that, but let's say they are at least controversial. And anyone who is famous, anyone who is doing something, you always face a certain adversity from people who become jealous or have different opinion, etc. So we can also say that God is a superstar. He is for sure very controversial. And people think about him like this or like that. And in the end, nobody or hardly anyone has actually met God. And if we think we have met God, have you really have gotten to know him? Guruji often says, how and why would I reveal myself? Why would the divine reveal itself? At the same time, he says, we don't know the power of the name of God, which for me was a great reason to continue chanting, because it's like you're holding a diamond in your head that you don't know how much worth it is. So simply, Sri Vittala Giridhari Parabrahmane Namaha has so much power, and again, we don't know about it. We think it's just a simple mantra. It's nice, Guruji gave it to us, but we don't know how much power the name of God has. Yeah, so do we know God? Do we know love? Guruji says, you don't know, you don't have a clue about what is love. So we are coming maybe from a Hollywood, Bollywood printed image of it. May be romantic, it may be dramatic, it may be ungrounded. And to me, even the word love, especially because it's like so much sullied, it's made dirty today, that we easily overlook it. I don't know if anyone is actually aware of just love, of this great sutra, we just casually read it. Or anywhere in marketing and advertising, I don't know how much you have this word love, And it's so simple. Guruji says love starts by loving. So in the end, also we don't know what is love. We think maybe more cheesy and romantic, but maybe love has more to do with duty and doing what we have to do. It's maybe a compass needle pointing in a certain direction, but who knows love? Who knows God? And do we like simple things? When Guruji says, just start loving, for sure it's too simple to do it. There must be more to it. And then do we know ourselves? I'm not saying do we know ourselves, because it's probably the same self residing in each one of us. And people have rejection and acceptance in various degrees towards that self inside of us. And so we say, no, all is good, but nothing is good. A lot of people live with rejecting their self inside. And the saints, also according to Gita, how it says, if any desires flows into a saint, it doesn't touch him or affect him much, because anyway he has accepted his self completely. So with all the good qualities of love, with all the shiny aspects of love, the saint lives in peace. There's no need to go out finding satisfying desires outside, because there is no hunger inside, because the self is accepted. You live in peace with yourself. So we don't know the self. And then there's a guy here who actually should talk in satsang, but he never wants to talk in satsang. So again, I will say what he wanted to say. He says, go to prayers. It's good for your soul. I find that genius. We don't do things normally that are good for the soul because we don't know the self. But Guruji is packing our day with things that are actually good for the self. Yeah, so do we know God? Do we know love? And do we know ourselves? And these are exactly the three eternal things that there are, God is eternal, we are eternal, and then the love between Him and us is also eternal. And we know all of these things. It's crazy. When I wanted to become more involved, in the past we had a small church here. And for me, I wanted to be involved in the church service. And so I asked, can I become active a little bit more? And then the question was asked to Guruji, and he said, no, I don't feel it yet. And I said, okay, I was a little bit disappointed. And then at the same time I said, okay, well, let's see later. And then at a later point I jumped in, I could become very active, etc. It was very good. But the point is how he responded. He responded, I'm not feeling it yet. And as an answer to who is God, what is love, who are we as a self, are we loving or accepting or not accepting ourselves, etc. I think the answer comes through feeling it. Does God know everything because He knows everything, or does God know everything because He feels everything? I think the feeling is much more exact. In some military helicopters, you have, for example, night cameras, right? They're heat-based. So it's a camera which is supposed to be visual, but it's temperature-based. It's much more exact in that environment. So in the environment of universal consciousness, maybe it's not the way to know everything, but on another level, know everything by feeling everything. And I think this is the end from going from the head to the heart, this 40 centimeters story, which Guruji says. So we need to learn to feel everything, and we need to be okay with feeling whatever there is. Because most of the feelings also we reject. It should not be. But feeling it, addressing it, is quite an adventure actually. And then just by giving it attention for a certain time, by accepting what is there, to not judge it, but to actually be open about what is there, pretty much all these things, they clarify themselves, and then you feel who you are. And when we feel who we are, then also we feel how we want to express ourselves, what that love is, and maybe what it is not. And then a little bit later down the road, you also feel maybe somebody is very happy to receive that contact and who is also there, and that is the Lord. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Jai Vinashini Bhavavayaharini Kalikaparini Ma
Vighna Vinashini Bhavavayaharini Kalikaparini Ma
Vighna Vinashini Bhavavayaharini Kalikaparini Ma
Tribhuvana Palini Mangalakarini Moksha Pradayini 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 Ma
Paranandadayini Hridaya Viharini Atmanivasini Ma
Paramandadayini Hridaya Viharini Amanivasini Ma
Anandadayini Hridaya Viharini Atmanivasini Ma
Paramandadayini Hridaya Viharini Amanivasini Ma
Sahaja Swarupini Ma Jaya Prema Swarupini 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 Ma
Anandadayini Hridaya Viharini Atmanivasini Ma
Paramandadayini Hridaya Viharini Amanivasini Ma
Anandadayini Hridaya Viharini Atmanivasini Ma
Paramandadayini Hridaya Viharini Amanivasini Ma
Vighna Vinashini Bhavavayaharini Kalikaparini Ma
Vighna Vinashini Bhavavayaharini Kalikaparini Ma
Tribhuvana Palini Mangalakarini Moksha Pradayini Ma
Tribhuvana Palini Mangalakarini Moksha Pradayini Ma
Anandadayini Hridaya Viharini Atmanivasini Ma Ramanuja
Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare, Bhakta Janon ke Sankata, Dasa Janon ke Sankata, Jana me dur kare, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Jo jave pala pave, Dukha bina se manaka, Swami Dukha bina se manaka, Sukha sampatti karave, Sukha sampatti karave, Kashta mite karata, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Mata pita tuma mere, Sharana gao mengi saki, Swami Sharana gao mengi saki, Tuma bina ora na duja, Tuma bina ora na duja, Asa karu mengi saki, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Tuma Purana Paramatma, Tuma Antarayami, Swami Tuma Antarayami, Para Brahma Parameshwara, Para Brahma Parameshwara, Tuma Sabake Swami, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Tuma Karuna ke Sagara, Tuma Palana Karata, Swami Tuma Palana Karata, Prem Sevaka Tuma Swami, Prem Sevaka Tuma Swami, Kripa Karo Bharata, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Tuma Eka Gochara, Sabake Pranapati, Swami Sabake Pranapati, Kisabiri Mirundayamaya, Kisabiri Mirundayamaya, Tuma Gome Kumati, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Dina Bandhu Dunaharaka, Tumara Rakshaka Mere, Swami Tumara Rakshaka Mere, Karunata Bajao, Karunata Bajao, Sharana Pada Tere, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Vishaya Vikara Mitao, Paparo Deva, Swami Paparo Deva, Shraddha Bhakti Badao, Shraddha Prema Badao, Santana Ki Seva, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Dana Mana Dana Sabha Ek Tera, Swami Sabha Kucha Ek Tera, Swami Sabha Kucha Ek Tera, Tera Tujhko Arpan, Tera Tujhko Arpan, Kya lage mera, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare, Bhakta Janon ke Sankata, Dasa Janon ke Sankata, Jana me dur kare, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Mane Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Mane Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Oh Chakra Rago, Chakra Rago, Chakra Ragodi, Chakra Rago, Chakra Rago, Chakra Ragodi, Mane Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Shama Mane Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Govinda Mane Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi, Giridhari Lala Chakra Ragodi. Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhusha Saka Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Garinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Govinda Asatoma Satgamaya, samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Solo Shri Lakshmi Narayana Bhagavan ki Jai. Sri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Mandir ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki Jai. Shri Avatar Kriya Baba Ji ki Jai. Shri Ramanujacharya ki Jai. Ramse bolo Satguru Deva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Om Shri Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Janavallabhaya Paraya Param Purushaya Parakarma Mantra Yantra Tantra Oshadasya Shastani Samara Samara Mirjo Mochai Mochai. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Dipti Jvalapitaya Swadik Shona Umpat Parashmaye Parabrahmane Parajyotishe Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.